All right, what's up, guys? Xraypc here. So I wanted to create the Ning Fei guide for Disney Rising. I know I promised this one for a while ago. I finally kind of got my Ning Fei to the point where it's like, okay, I'm just not 60K because um, I just need to get to the next. I just need to get these guys to like their 55. I think it's like 55 600, 55,600, and then I think that's what I gotta do for her too. I just need to get her to power level. And that's another thing. Just make sure you guys focus on your claim because that's where most of your power is going to be. But yeah, let's talk about Ning Fei. So with this machine gun, you go this one, Risk Runner. You can go Huckleberry as well, but this one's just meant for him. So every time taking arc damage, this weapon becomes more powerful, resist incoming arc damage, and kills extend the time in this overcharged state. And then you also get Superconductor. When Arc Conductor is active, shots fired have a chance to become Chain Lightning and return ammo. And then when you get your first catalyst, or you get the catalyst for it, like the not dupes, these one require dupes, so this one requires a catalyst. Casting your arc ability causes this weapon to enter the arc conductor state, which is this one right here. So instead of just taking arc damage, you could then also get the you just use your arc ability. So this is why just like a normal Destiny, any arc hunter or I guess arc character, but the arc hunters specialize this weapon. And then there's right here is the first, I guess the first dupe level. Triggering arc conductor increases my weapon damage by 16.6% and grants the wielder arc resistance. So literally just using my arc ability, I get more weapon damage and then get arc resistance, which I think this one already does that, but and then when you get the last dupe, it just makes your chain lightning a lot more powerful. You can also get the crossbow. I haven't gone to the drop yet, but the crossbow is super strong. This one I think is stronger in PvP, shifting gates, than it is in PvE comparatively to like the Risk Runner, where that gets literally unlimited ammo. Um, but hey, I mean, shoot, you can get this one. I think it's cool just to get like a mythic, one of the mythics, and then get like the, let's say like this one right here. Every fourth shot deals two extra 280% damage, and then obviously you get an exotic mod with the perk upgrade. Powerful rounds are guaranteed to deal headshot damage, and then you can get something like this one where it's like the lower health they are, the more damage you do. You can get this one, so it just always does that more damage and it gets more reload speed. You can get this one, so it like when things are next to you, you just do more damage. But I think these first two are good because this one caps out at what 35%, which this one starts out as. So it sometimes. Oh wait. Oh, it gets down to when two or more targets. Okay, that's pretty good. Sometimes you're against bosses and you're like playing like super far from like a singular boss. So it's not often you'll get the surrounded effect. So most of the time, this one or this one is the best. I think this one might be the best with this one, to be honest. Um, you're pretty much just annihilate. Like you're already doing most of its like health, and then when it's low health, like low HP, you're pretty much just like you swap to this and just dump your clip into it, and you just annihilate it. So usually this one is the best. I think these two. You can either go these two or you go this one and plus black body. I think black body the stacks stay even when you swap weapons and even as long as you don't die. You just can't die with black body, but the stacks will stay there until you die. And then they get each stack gets 2.4% more. So let's say it's 9 plus 11.4% per stack, stacks 5 times. That actually gets high enough where each bullet then makes up for this one. This one, I think, honestly, might be better in shifting tides. Actually, thinking about it, because I forgot Black Body's permit plus that 2.4%, and then all you need to do is just get like your exotic mods leveled up to the maximum, and you'll get this. But most of the time, let's say you're at 8.6, 8.6 plus 2.4, that's 11 to be 10, 10.6. Yeah, so 11. So 11% per stack, stacks 5 times. That's 55%. So from here to here would be per stack would be 0.4% off. It's kind of like whatever. So like usually level 4 is a realistic one to look at because right now everybody's at level like about level 4 in their artifacts. I don't think we'll get level 5 until the next acclaim reset, which would be the next weekly reset. So like let's say this one you will get to 43.2%, and then this perk upgrade is usually an extra bit. So whatever this is, increased by 20% against targets at 33% or lower. So this one scales from how low their health is, all the way starting from the moment you take 1% of their health off, and then it goes all the way down. But when you, no matter what, you're going to do 20% more damage if they're below 33% health. So then it's just a huge, huge burst of damage. That's why I'm like, I think this one's really good, but obviously it's like you don't get this. Like this one is like the damage from the moment, like immediately, while this one like ramps up way higher. I mean, like 45% plus 20, 65% when you're there below 33% on top of like, let's say black body, 55% when you get to like here, it goes to 55% more damage. So, and that's with the exotic mod. Obviously, it's lower without the exotic mod, but like that's a lot of damage. And then like, so that's per bullet. That makes up how much damage you're gonna get off in this one, 320%. And then obviously with the precision, it's even more. So it's, you can kind of go with like anything. Even this one is really good because it stacks 6 times. So 18% stacking 6 times. And all you have to do is kill something. So, and that's what the crossbow side. Obviously, I think the fire one is also different. Fire rush. This weapon gains more fire rate and damage for the lower half of the magazine. I don't usually like those, but that might be pretty good in PvP. When the bottom rounds in the bottom half of the magazine land final blows, 20% of the round will be automatically reloaded from the reserve. So that actually ends up being good. That's better in you could do that shifting gates where like, let's say like you're shooting and you're like shooting at them, and then there's like a couple easy mobs like shanks or something. You could turn, shoot the shanks, reload the gun automatic without having to reload, and just keep shooting. But yeah, mainly that's a PvE thing, I think. Solidarity, the nearby ally whose final blows grant this weapon more stacking damage. In the last 8 seconds. That's a consistent one. This one is 50% more damage if the fire team is full. So that's just super easy. And 20% as long as nobody's on your team is hurt. I think this solidarity one, I think if you're gonna go anything, because like this one's assuming your team isn't just getting slapped. And like if you're, let's say like you're in a raid, that's gonna be hard. And if you're like shifting tides, it's a little bit easier. But yeah. And then let's see. I remember one of these. Oh yeah, stacks 15 times. Oh, let's stack limit goes up to 4 times or plus 4 more, so 19 times. Oh snap! Okay, never mind. And then it goes, it keeps going higher when you get here. So let's like let's say like it caps out 20 and makes it easier. 20 to 24 stacks. Let me calculate it real quick. 24 times 2.5. 60% damage. And it lasts until the entire stage is cleared. So if you haven't beat the whole raid, then you still have it. It literally lasts. So stage is cleared. There's a thing where it's like, okay, that it makes it worse in like the roguelite mode, because the roguelite mode maybe it doesn't spawn as that many enemies for this to actually get to that effect. But in anything else, strikes until you literally clear the strike and accept your rewards at the end. The raid, shifting gates, until it literally like the match in a sense is ended, or if you're in the roguelite mode until that next wave starts. So glutton actually might be one of the best ones for consistency for most modes. um this one's cool too, because sometimes you're like, in shifting gates this one's fine because like there's a lot of times you're just not shooting, but you're running around with a weapon in your hands. Final blows grant the 16% increased damage for 10 seconds, stacks 5 times. Additionally, reaching 3 and 5 stacks refills your magazine. So that one's super good. It kind of depends, man. Both of these are really good. This one's probably the most consistent since it reloads your magazine. And then after reaching 5 stacks, final blows automatically fill the whole magazine. So like when you get the exotic perk, reaching 3 stacks, boom, you refill the magazine. And then at 5 stacks, you refill the magazine. And now it says at the next perk with the perk upgrade, 5 stacks, every final blow refills your magazine. So you could just fire this thing somehow. If you keep getting ammo, you could just keep like, you could be dumping to a boss, turn, shoot something small, turn, shoot something small, turn, shoot something small. So 15% damage with fire team. Oh yeah, I read it all already. But yeah, that's pretty much just crossbows and stuff. I'm gonna move on to your relic abilities. I'm just gonna talk about like these are just like kind of. I'm assuming Like this guide is like you already kind of know what you're doing with them, but I'll just go over it. Like this is like people don't really realize this. It does corrupt. The corrupt is good against Hive. Hive have a lot of enemies that like let's say the giant ogre. The ogre will like slam the ground, and then he just starts regenerating his HP. The Hive Knights will throw a shield up, and behind the shield they're regenerating their HP. So as long as whatever enemy, as long as they're doing that thing that regains their HP, if you hit them with the corrupt like the slam ability, the slam ability will make it so they can't get their HP back. So boom, inflicting arc damage and then corrupt, so they can't get their HP back. When you use your clone, you get acceleration, and you get 40% acceleration, 20% damage resistance. And then this is like a buff that like stays on you until you leave the clone range. So that's why sometimes you can just throw the clone out and you'll get this effect. And at least from what I've seen, acceleration is not just mobility, but also cooldown reduction. But I could be wrong because every time I've like sat there, tested, and looked at my cooldown, it looks faster every time. But it could just be movement speed. But oh yeah, then you with the dupes, I get like invisibility. I can get more side tricks. I think that's I only have two dupes here. Because the next dupe would be my slam gets 40% more damage, and then my clones also slam every time. They get 20% more damage. And then with the oh yeah, with your passives, I guess chain lightning damage from Ning Fei and his clones also inflict arc disarray. Arc disarray stacks three triggers three wait, stacking three times. Yeah, it was triggers arc tremor, which lasts up to 8 seconds and clears the arc disarray stacks. And then arc tremor is inflicts chain lightning damage whenever arc tremor is triggered, dealing 200 arc damage to enemies within a 10-meter radius. It makes him like a pretty much like an AOE demon, but he's also really good for like single targeting down something, especially if you get either the crossbow or risk runner. Mind meld, defeating targets with lightning strike refunds 100% energy for side trick. If a target is hit by arts of staff consecutively within 5 seconds, damage dealt increases with each consecutive strike. Each damage increasing damage by 10% up to 100%. So if you hit him 10 times, you'll do 100% more damage. But obviously, I feel like you're not going to get that many hits. I can't remember with the dupes if there's like a thing that makes your ult last longer, because I know there is for Jean Wei. Casting your any signature ability grants a lightning fast reload effect, increasing the speed of your next reload by 100%. So most of your weapons you just instant reload almost, especially if you get like the exotic weapons with their reload speed. Once you get the reload speed nodes on their catalysis. So then his thing is weapon mastery is the arc overload, which gives you pretty much chaining shots. Like it does like that risk runner effect. But now imagine this: you get this effect and you have the risk runner procced. This is why I just do like millions and millions of damage. Like people have to try hard to keep up with me, and I'm not even trying with when we're doing like strikes and stuff. Well, actually, I'm curious. What did I get in my double mythic here? So I got the 280%, which is really easy with a weapon that just dumps clips, and then 28% when all fire team people are alive, which is really easy. That's actually insane. I could probably get really good use out of this thing. I haven't been able to use it because I'm always using Risk Runner, but if I get the crossbow, I actually have a best in slot SMG. I'm good. All right, artifacts is the big one. If you guys got to this point of the video, I'll be talking about artifacts. So, so we're gonna be talking about this one. I'll just go over like what I think is best in slot with him, and then I'll go over like optional things. So right now I went Nourishing Pact. Summoning restores 12% health every time I use a summon ability, and I'm gonna explain this in a second. Healing Veil, movement one. Casting movement abilities instantly restores 9.6% health. Rampaging Pact, summoning grants a wielder 19.8% damage bonus. This is also these are really good for Estella as well. She doesn't have a movement one, so you're gonna go all summons, or these two at least, and then plus something else, or these three summons, and then this one sometimes can be something different. But yeah, Summoning Pack makes me, every time I use a summon ability, I have 19.8% damage bonus. This one goes all the way up to 33% damage bonus. It's like one of the biggest damage bonuses. Why? Because it's literally only tied to summon abilities, which are very specific abilities. It's not like an overarching thing. So the specific ones always have the most effect. And then the movement one, you see how it's less? But it is specific because it's only tied to movement abilities, but it's not as specific as summon abilities. But yeah, summoning abilities do more, give me more overall damage, like all damage, my weapon damage, my ability damage, my ult damage, everything. Because supers and your signature abilities are completely different things. That's why there's a signature boost and then a super boost. Yours ult is not a signature ability; it's a super. So you have to have the two different ones. And I'll go over to substats. So let me go over shield boosting. Increases your shield's max durability, elemental resistances. So I help reduce all damage from all elements, solar, void, and arc. But it doesn't just reduce like flat damage. That's just damage resistance compared to elemental resistance. And then you have damage resistance right here. Grants damage resistance as defense boost. And then so I have health boost here, which increases my max health. Shield boost, which then goes with this side. Shield boost. And then you have elemental resistance right here, which shows this side's elemental resistance, and then recovery boost, which I would like not having recovery boost since I have two healing things here, and I'd rather go. Let's say if I have double exotic, I'd rather go defense boost. So I'd rather have shield, elemental, defense, HP with both of these. And then this one is super boost, signature boost, weapon enhancement, art boost. This is probably the most best in slot thing you can get. I wanted that here. I got vulnerability bonus, so I'd rather replace this one. I'm not replacing this one. I could just, if I could replace this one, I'm just getting like a higher roll because with artifacts, you could just re-roll artifacts. So there's not really a reason. So you could really re-roll it all the way up to the 55. That's the highest you can get as like a flat roll, not including the plus here. So it's 30. It's 55 plus whatever you have here. Um, so that's usually like, see, this one's 53. This one literally I can't even get higher than this one once it hits 55. That's almost like blessed slot right there. This is 53 plus 26, so it goes 55 for base. So I'm hoping I can get higher here. But that's like very hard. As soon as I re-roll this one, it re-rolls as 53. So like it would say like this is higher artifact level, but it will give me like 30s, let's say like 36 here, but then all of a sudden these are like 54 and like 49 or something. You know what I mean? So like you have to understand that. And then yeah, you can I'll go the optional ones. You can go casting movement abilities, reduces damage taken. That's a super good one. If you have this one where it's like every time you use your movement ability, you heal yourself still, you can go this one. And why I say this, and I was going to explain this here. So your relic abilities, and I don't think people ever notice this. This is why. This is what describes with your artifacts of what works and what doesn't. So on top of having like either impact weapons or rapid fire weapons or all that, so there's like rapid fire tier, and then there's like summon, mobility, I guess invisibility. They add more and things like that. So this is a mobility ability. Your side trick's mobility and summon. This is mobility. So I have two mobility abilities. These both heal me, and then this one heals me on both the effects. And then these both give me damage, but this one, side trick, gives me damage on both the summon one and the mobility one. So when you use side trick, you're getting both the artifacts, and I don't think they stack. Like I don't think you can just stack like spam this and then it stacks like damage over and over again. I'm pretty sure it's literally just if I hit side trick, I get both of these effects, and if I want like to use like my side trick again, you wait like go count in your head. Use the side trick 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000. Use side trick again 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, and you can go all the way down to 5 1,000 just to play it safe to be like get the most out of it, or to play dangerous. I guess for the most uptime you could do that where you go to 5 seconds. But like I do it at 4 seconds sometimes, and it's just easier just in case if I like wasn't paying attention for a second. Like let's say like I did it and then 1 second later after 1 second, then I go 1,000, whatever. Then I go to 5. It's already been off, right? And it's a little bit easier within the like the 4 to 6 second time window for me to kind of use it with like and use it to get health back on top of that because you want to get the most effect out of it. You don't want to only do it for damage because like you could do like one side trick into slam, and then you can go one side trick, 1, 2, 3, 4, slam, 1, 2, side trick, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then like do that. You know what I mean? And then you'll notice when you don't side trick with this combo, especially with these like things, when you don't side trick, you'll be like, oh my god, like why is this taking years to kill this thing? And then when I do side trick, it's like, oh yeah, this thing's dead, bro. Like you'll notice it as it gets annihilated. But yeah, let me queue into strike right now, and then like I'll showcase my build in action, and then ooh, my instant queue, wow. And then I'll showcase my build in action, and then you guys can kind of be like, oh, that makes sense. Like this is what he meant.
Well. If it isn't my
I'm also gonna use my some of my stamina on this because I need the mythic things to level my mythic weapons for my guy. All right, so let me see what I get out of this. Relic abilities. Oh yeah, I gotta turn the sound up in the game a little bit.
Your light must be honed. Don't let it waste away.
You're one of the fastest characters in the game. Like, if you want to clear this super fast, you just play this character. You want to farm exotics, you just play this guy. Unless they, like, start putting the other elements for these strikes, but this strike is always going to be arc. So, it's like arc solar. And I never really ever feel a need to switch to my crossbow. Oh, what the heck? That was weird. The gun will shoot you on its own.
eye of the storm open.
This one's easy. I'll just proc Peter effect early. I'm just gonna do this to signify I'm not standing there. There you go. Because I don't really need my ult for now. I'll build it up by the time I get to the final boss room. See, always that into slam. It at least refreshes the movement one. Never do slam first because you always want to clone out anyway, so your slams do more damage because your clones will slam with you. It'll move your clone closer to the target of that you need to kill. And I'll show you guys my crossbow here. So obviously it does more damage if I can get like final blows and stuff.
We lost one. Watch your step.
That guy fell off the map. New player. Funny. He's probably just doing this for his quest. Poor guy. Womp womp. So as long as you have this active, you'll have like unlimited ammo. I don't know why I'm lagging. There's a lot of particle effects when you have this thing on, so. Risk Runner plus this class. You don't actually have to kill this dude, to be honest. You just hit the button. I think I don't remember what mob you have to kill specifically, but I mean, I just AoE everything anyway, so. Alright, so when you go to a boss, depending on your crossbow one, yes, you can rely on your crossbow to like do most of the damage to the boss, and then you can swap to this just to kill like let's say this one, the sentinels a spawn. You use this one to get the boss to that HP threshold, and then swap to this weapon for the sentinels on the side. Or I just use this weapon most of the time. I always forget to use the crossbow. I just need better double mythic perks, to be honest. I'd rather have the one where it's like my damage happens every 4th bullet, or black body. I have the, of course, I have both of the ones I don't want, which is reincarnation. Black body's permanent, while it's permanent stacks, which equals to be more damage, obviously, than just every 4th round doing more damage. With the other ones don't have the damage bonus. I'll use my ult on the second, that moment he comes to like these. Are they helping me? I did not feel like they were helping me. This is the annoying thing about Fallen is they move around a lot. And so I'll just tell you guys right now, if you have a confinement character, if they have the confined debuff, it will make it so they don't just move around anymore. And nerfs them, Mr. Bard. Oh yeah, they're not doing any damage. She just ulted and did no damage. Alright, now watch me ult here in a second after he doesn't do his stupid ass laser thing. Alright, let's go. Also, if you're in air, I'll give you one pro tip. If you're in the air, you'll have like no animations. You'll just it will literally sound that fast. All right, and we'll do double pinnacle rewards. Imagine if I got an exotic right here on live over like doing this video. That would have been awesome. All right, but yeah, and then that's the showcase for him. Wow. 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 Okay. Yeah, there you go. And I hope you guys have a great day. Hope you guys enjoyed that guide. I know it took me a little while to make that one, even though I was ready to make it for a while. Pretty much had them built for like 3 days now. Exactly, this build is just slowly tweaking it. But yeah, hope you guys have a great day. Peace. Make sure you hype up the video. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you comment down below what character you want to see next. And peace.